Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, Lotaeri explored the majority of the first floor. Still haven't stepped out into the backyard, but at least the ground floor, everything on the inside, has been put on the map. We've gained enough strength through some amazingly lucky item acquisitions to complete a few quests as well, and we are now turning in a few of them to earn even more experience points and level ourselves up more. Lotaeri has gained Hyperborean Sorcery Specialist now, and our stats are at least 4 in everything. We've picked up 2 additional talismans, we've grabbed an additional 3 Arcana cards, our first spell, Lemurian Fire. We've picked up 2 allies in the forms of a suit of haunted armor that is following us around, giving us more swords and reducing the damage we take. And a brain canister, which is allowing us a little more information about lore challenges. We picked up another heroic feat at some point, which utilizes our machete, and we managed to get an axe, giving us a fantastic option for dealing with doors of all sizes and shapes. We picked up another clue token, wrapping up all the clues I believe we can find down here on the first floor. All the bones have been acquired that we need, and we even gained a few more edge upgrades. Not bad, huh? Looking pretty darn good for Lotaeri. In this episode, I intend to begin by turning in a few more quests on this side of the mansion. And then, since we'll be over here, we may as well step outside into the backyard and see if it's a big backyard or a small backyard. If it's a small one, we can probably hang out here and maybe get a quest or 2 done. But if it's large, we won't bother with it. It'll be too time-consuming, and I'd rather get up to the 2nd floor. Alright, let's pick up where we left off. We could explore the conservatory and find and fight some triffolids that are likely out here, or a living plant, which I think is the triffolids, but I'm not sure if I really care to do that. It doesn't drop anything unique to my recollection. We haven't found the heart. That'll be someplace on the 2nd floor. Okay, let's step across the writhing mass of insects to make this a bit faster, to get, obviously, onto this area of the board. You count dozens of different species, and you wonder why they should all be gathered here together. The bones indicate a food source of some sort, but you wouldn't expect so many different types. If you want to keep moving down the corridor, you're going to have to step on or over them. Alright, let's step across the insects. Interesting, this is the Evade Trap Challenge. I wonder if that means we can get, like, Auras of Fortune for doing well in this. I'm going to imagine we can. You shuffle here and there, careful not to disturb the giant colony. A few try to crawl up your legs to bite you, but they are easily brushed away. I think we can handle the angry poltergeist of knives now. Although we will be back in the area if we have time to turn in the bas-relief face and the ghostly dinner party. We can come back when we're a little stronger again for the angry poltergeist of knives. I think you can get an actual knife as a weapon from it. We have yet to figure out what is required for the gargoyle statue, right? It's not one of our quests. Not currently one of our quests. Okay. We did free the pianist. The ghostly ball is a bit difficult to complete, with only 4 wands. Maybe we don't turn that in yet, then. It's a series of 3 dances that you do, one immediately after the other, with no chance to break in between them, although you can leave whenever you would like. Your reward at the end of it is a special edge. But it's also a chance to get Arcana cards and experience points for doing it. But we'll want 1 more point in wands before we make the attempt, I think. Alright, there's the butler, so we have to go this way. And we may as well stop by this other demon ritual gone wrong and search for that piece of paper. This must be the remains of the acolyte of which the demon in the fireplace spoke. He was obviously playing a very deadly game by trying to summon and bind these demons. The name should still be on him somewhere. Not a good perception hand for us. Oh, that's nice, though. We flipped over the page of swords and we have the knight. We just need to get lucky and have 1 more success somewhere here. And we get it. Just barely. You carefully search the acolyte's robes and find a small scrap of paper with a name etched onto it in what must be blood. Alright, well, there's no reason now why we can't complete these quests. If you do complete the quest for the demon before you search this one for the paper, you won't be able to complete the quest for the other demon. Now, I like betraying this demon, because to me it's obviously the lying of the two. So we'll try that again and see what happens. It's a difficult challenge, difficulty 11. It's probably so high of a difficulty because first off, the demon's going to be suspicious of us. But realistically, it's because our sanity is very high, and we've got a 7 in swords to make it a target of 7, but let's still try this. Having considered this whole errand carefully, you have figured it out. The slip of paper obviously carries the name of the demon you have bargained with, written in Old Stygian. Why else would this prince want it so badly? You could speak the name and command the demon to reward you. He was most likely going to betray you anyway. If there's a Pentacles card up here, we will win. And there was. Page of Pentacles. You can use our King of Pentacles, and we win the challenge. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles was up there too. Shame I didn't start with her. Nice. Occasionally gambling pays off. When I start to have, as you can see, about 7 tricks and about 6 cards in hand, is when I feel like you can begin actually enjoying the game a little more, willing to take risks when you play it. You speak the name on the paper and are rewarded with a howl of torment from the demon. It lashes around the room, knocking over everything except for you. Your guess was correct. You compel it to reward you, and then return to the hell from which it came. You have made an enemy today. Bargains with demons. During any challenge of the persuasion or deception type, each not revealed trick card has a 5% chance of being scryed at the beginning of the challenge option. I believe that what these edges have, I think is always, not always, but likely to be randomized. Or a fortune will absolutely take more luck. That was it, though. Another Class 1 haunting. Let's see what's easier. Getter is absolutely easier. That's it. That's the whole plan. Getter. When it comes, by the way, everyone, in case you've forgotten, for these options that I added into the game at some point, I did assign them the same target values as other cards, as the other challenges. So I didn't make them easier. The game is just, however, selecting a lower number for these. You got her good. No one's going to believe how you did it, and you're not sure you are either. What I meant by what I just said is that the target number for this getter is the same as what it is for the magic or psychic option to fight this. I didn't want to make one of the new options I was going to add easier, as it were. Oh my god, what the heck? That was amazing! This happens occasionally, where like every single card I flip over is a reward. I love it when this happens. I wish I knew why it did, though. So, we get 13 flipping courage. It's not enough to level everything to max for our courage skills. But it'll be very close. Sweet. That was amazing. I'm gonna make sure that gets saved. Let's go back in the main menu so the game writes its file out. Unlike other Iron Man / rogue-like games, this one only saves to its save file when you quit the game by going to the main menu. So that's why you see me doing that pretty often. Let's go tell the butler about the chef. You approach the butler and tell him what you have done. Thank you so much, sir. I was beginning to think that you had headed off in the wrong direction. Good show. We would lose face if we did that, good butler. Another edge upgrade. Sweet. And 1 experience point. Well, I guess we're gonna grab Adaptive Intellect up a point, because we still have no way to benefit Never Misses. Cups is now leveled. We'll aim for another point in Wands next. Once we have Wands leveled to 5, I'm feeling very confident in our ability to do any of these other deceptive challenges or turn in quests or even fight ghosts at that point with 5 in all our stats. Another story token, it's another positive one. Trained to deal with this sort of thing. You have extensive training in fighting vampires. You are familiar with both their strengths and weaknesses. That's why I'm here. Guess all that time playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines paid off. All challenges that involve cups as the primary suit receive a +1 modifier to the number of cards drawn to the player's hand while this story icon is active. I am tempted to go into the basement, since this makes traps a little easier to deal with. But I think it is still a little too early for us. We're actually looking really good, though. We could try to end this early, but I think your final game score actually is higher when you do more. You don't lose points for taking your time at it, as it were. Well, we have the key to play this deck, so let's go ahead and do it. Now that you have the key, you should be able to play the deck in relative safety. Our brain canister is showing us 2 cards that we can't do anything about. Oh, this is actually a really bad hand. We've got only 1 Pentacles, and it's an Ace. And I see a Queen of Cups, and we only have a 6 of Cups. And there's an 8 of Cups to take that away from us as well. We have a Swords card, a 4, and a Page. We'll play the 4. Uh-oh. Okay, we still managed to do it. You light the candle, invoke the words in the key corresponding to the current hand, and you deal out the next 2 cards. The shield and the dagger. The candle flickers out, but you have a vision. No, it isn't a vision. It's an urge to deal out 1 more card. Holy crap, I love getting this. Crystal Ball. Pentacles bonus +1. Item removed from inventory after last use. You have continued the game and dealt 2 more cards. The candle has flickered out almost as if someone or something had blown it out. You relight the candle and decide how to proceed. I think we will complete this quest. I think we get a unique edge. We might also be teleported someplace else. I always think it's this encounter that does that. You feel the need to... Okay, we already read that. You draw 1 final card from the deck. Blood. You feel faint. Your vision begins to blur and you think that you are looking down a long black tunnel. A wave of red is approaching. You awaken in a cold sweat. You have no idea how long you have been unconscious. We earned a tattered diary from that. And 2 more experience points. The diary is a wands item. We have to have a wand's bone, which we do possess. Roll 1 bone and bump the card value up on 1 random non-face card in hand by that value. Lore challenges is what it's used for. Okay, that's not bad. That experience point. Oh, nice, 2 more. We'll increase our wands. The final time it looks like we can improve it. I don't know if we should be back here, but we'll step forward. I don't like this backyard at all, but we're gonna at least check this door. Okay, this is too long. I don't like this backyard. Quests that involve the witches. The first quest they'll give us is to go back to the mansion and find a bookshelf. We know where 1 is. It might not be this one, but it could be. And then we have to go all the way back to the witches. Turn that in, then find another encounter out here. Do that, turn that in, and then find a succubus. I can't remember what the reward for all of this is, but it's so time consuming. We will likely draw 2 more story tokens during that effort, which is a little too many to spend, in my opinion, at this point. I think we're done with the first floor. At least I want to confine ourselves to the places we've been before. We could probably handle the ghostly ball now, too. But I think we will wait a little bit on that, since we will need a quest for the living gargoyle statue. We haven't found that quest yet. Yeah, we can turn in some more of these quests when we find their quest. We can do these quests and turn other ones in when we're down here to start or finish some others. You see a locked wooden door. There's a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. Well, our axe will let us just chop it down. Probably. I sometimes am willing to take the risk of failing a door challenge. But you do have to be careful if you decide to do that. Door challenges have ill omens as results. Splinters and a loud noise announce their success and battering down the door. The way lies open now. Temperance, thank you for that. Let's grab a ranged edge. Okay, encounters on the 2nd floor. So they're tougher than the 1st floor encounters are. And there'll be a vampire wife up here. She's tricky and doesn't have any amazing rewards to my recollection, although our auras of luck should be helping us with this. Let's see what this encounter is. You notice a shiny reflection of light in front of you, as if somebody was holding up a metal shield or some such object. As you approach the reflection, you start to feel uneasy. The air grows cold, and you see a light, vaporous fog appear around your feet. Suddenly, out of the gloom, the shiny object reveals itself as a grotesque floating eye, and the sight is horrifying. So you want to play Legend of Black Silver. The Eaten Eyes in that game. Oh my god, no. What the hell is that? It's a horror challenge. We have passed it. Your mind is strong. You see things far worse than this. 2 experience for a horror challenge. Nice. That would be Temperance helping us out there. You have read about the floating eyes of Cachin, but you never thought that you would actually see one. The dossier file says to be very careful to avoid their gaze, or else you will find yourself paralyzed and out of luck. This is a dangerous creature. It has an ability to impair you, if I recall correctly, and I seem to remember drawing an instant insanity at one point. Since we have 40 sanity points, we are more likely now to begin gaining impairments and instant insanity cards. If we draw an instant insanity card, our game ends, by the way, viewer. It's done. We're at that point because we're playing Reaper mode. So, the better you do, the more important it is for you to steamroll these encounters. Alright, so we can attack it, which is a decent chance for us to win. Sorcery is not a great chance. I think we go ahead and fight it. If Ulysses could blind the Cyclops, you shouldn't have any problem with this. Oh, well, that's an awful hand. The highest card we have is I'm sorry, we have a 10 and a 9. But that's not looking very good. Let's see. That's random revealed trick cards. We have to reveal a card, use critical hit. You know, I'm not going to use Reckless Charge. Axe is used on a card in hand. Alright, let's flip a card over. I'm thinking that these are probably mostly face cards. I would be wrong. In fact, getting an ace up there and being able to play the 2 is very nice. Oh, hey! We, how many aces do we have? We have 2 aces. That also earned us 2 points thanks to Justice, which means we've almost won this challenge, thanks to Justice being in our hand. Okay, so let's use our axe to start. Well, that wasn't very good. We'll use critical hit. We will select our bonus swords. I don't know if I've explained it in this particular attempt to beat the game, but if ever you roll higher than your stat on dice, you fail whatever it was you were doing, to my recollection. So if we rolled our cup's bone and rolled a 6, we would fail this feat and it wouldn't go off. So because we have 7 swords, we will absolutely use swords. We gained a 5. We bump this down 5 points. We bump this down 5 in value, and we earn 5 points. I think at the same time. Is that the way that worked? I'm pretty sure it did. Yep. Then we add that number to our trick-taking score. And then we draw a card. Did we get a face card? We did! We got the King of Swords. That's nice. That tells us that the King of Swords isn't also up here. And since we have the King of Swords, we can now take the 7 of Swords. And now we've absolutely won this challenge without too much difficulty. We play the 4. We can use our machete on it. A 7. We can get our ace. And a 6. Nice! And we went from winning this with just a handful of points, it would have been probably 3 over the target number, to winning with the amazing 16 over the target number. You won the battle. The eye drops to the floor in a puddle of blue ichor. And 3 more experience points and even more luck. Ranged edge, let's see. If we choose marksman, we can select page cards from the enemy's side of the board. And if we gain another gun that lets us target and bump up a value, this could be used for that too. So that's tempting. You can only bump it up once. This lets you bump it up more than once. That adds a value to a bump up card. This adds the value of the edge, the bump down value. I think at the moment we need bullets, though. And this is not a good chance. At all. Armed to the teeth would let me use our gun without any issues. We could target 2. Oh, but no, we don't, because we don't get to target a card, I think. It's a random card. I don't think it works that way. I really feel like we need either bullets, or I want to get the weight of our pistol down by 1. I think we'll just grab lucky bullets. It's not a great chance. Yeah, we'll take this. We have no bullets for a pistol at the moment. During the results phase of any successful challenge, there is an X% chance that a single Nothing of Interest card can be changed into a gain ammo card, where X is twice the value of the edge. So right now it's a 2% chance, and that's it. Let's grab a lock device edge. So we're probably not going to really need a master lockpick because we have an axe. I, as usual, don't like these bottom feats, edges, which reduce your damage you take. I feel it's much more important for you to win the challenge and reduce the losses you suffer from losing them. For any lock challenge, 1 point is added to your trick-taking score for each revealed and unmatched trick card. So the more cards we can't match, the more points we earn. If there's 1 card I haven't revealed, we earn a point for each level of that edge. We get the value of a single face card in our hand at the end of a lock if we don't spend it. We gain tricks placed on the board in a scryed edge. I usually take this, and I'm going to take it this time as well. I think the axe is physical challenges, not locks. So we're not lucky to actually benefit from most of these at this point. Now that I think about it, but I'll grab Torque Sense. Oh. We should investigate every space, by the way, because there's 2 other clue tokens up here. Zombies! You hate these guys. This place certainly knows how to keep you on your toes. Just don't build a summer house here. Oh, okay, well, we can just attack them. Just remember to aim for the head. 7 target, 6 tricks, 10 draw. Yeah, let's do it. Oof. And we start with the King of Wands. So you can have our 4, Mr. King. A knight is what do we have the Queen of Swords? We do. So we can take that knight and we win the challenge just like that, which is nice. A 10, we have a page to take that. A 6. So we can use our axe. And we'll target our 5 to take it. An ace. Is this card here the Knight of Pentacles? Because otherwise there's no reason why we shouldn't play the Queen. The odds of that being the case is extraordinarily low. So I will play the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm sorry. If it was a 7 or 7 up to a Knight, the Queen would have been useful. But in the end, it didn't matter. We win with 13 more points. And we dismembered the zombies. Two more experience points. I do like seeing 2 talisman edges here. Pentacles, wands, swords. I generally will hold off taking talisman edges until I get a second talisman, and then I'll never select that talisman, because you can grab a talisman edge, which will... Oh, but no, Tim. You put back the talisman edges to their original unmodified version. You'll have to get lucky. There's a talisman edge which gives you +1 to your stat for each talisman of the associated element that you possess. So like fire, earth, or what have you. So, but you have to get lucky that it's the talisman edge that shows up when you select it. I think we'll work on our swords a bit. Actually, no, pentacles. If we can get 1 more point of pentacles, our weight becomes 7, and then we can hold on to a spell. Most spells are 2 in weight, not 1. You see something swinging gently back and forth ahead in the gloom. As you approach, you can make out the outlines of a body hanging by its neck from a rope attached to the ceiling. Suddenly, the head tilts up from its resting spot against its chest, and the face of the hanged man smiles at you. It's quite a fright. The sight of the grinning hanged man threatens to loosen your grip on reality. Not today, it doesn't. Not today, it doesn't. Hanging out with ghosts has never really disturbed you all that much. The hanging man continues to grin at you in a sheepish way. It doesn't seem to be a hostile spirit. It probably just wants to be left alone. Well, let's see, what are our options? So we have summon the groom to the wedding. You immediately recognize that, okay, or we can lie for the groom. I usually lie for the groom. He killed himself to avoid marrying the girl downstairs. That's pretty much someone who doesn't think he's going to be happy when the marriage continues. Let's see if we can get away with this. The groom wants you to lie for him and tell Constance, the ghostly bride, that he has passed to the spirit world beyond where she can not find him. He wants you to memorize some lines to recite to her. So we see an Ace of Wands and a 10 of Pentacles up there. What's our tarot diary let us do? Roll 1 bone and bump the card value up on 1 random non-face card in hand plus X. Well, we might as well use this. Our Pentacles was increased. By the way, we see 2... Oh, right. These are both because these are lore options that we see both of them, and our brain is helping us with that. Well, let's flip over other cards, because we can't really do anything with these ones that I see scryed at the moment. You go over the ghostly groom's plan in detail and memorize the lines that you are to say to the ghostly bride. My name is Master Gracely, and I thank you for helping me out of my predicament. I simply won't marry Constance. Not in this world or the next. She's a monster, I tell you. Master Gracely explains his plan to you, an elaborate lie that will convince Constance to move on. You have the lie memorized. All you need to do is go and sell it. She's right downstairs, if I recall. But we're going to come back up here for other things as well, so let's keep exploring the second floor. Do we want to... I guess we should check out the trophy room. Oh, that's an awkward place for this encounter, because I want to see what's in that door. This is luckily the wall of stuffed animal heads. Your attention is drawn to a wall covered in mounted trophy heads. You recognize some of them as big game animals, but others are truly bizarre creatures. You see among others what might be a giant bat's head, a fishbone of some sort, and a creature that could only be called a troglodyte. As you come closer, a growing sense of unease begins to dominate your thoughts. You are startled and a chill shoots down your spine when you realize that the trophies are watching you. Their heads all turn slightly in unison as you approach. Your eyes widen in disbelief as you realize that the trophies are all mounted on the wall possessed by spirits. You can feel them probing your psychic defenses as they try and get into your head. Your defenses prevent the spirits from hurting you. Good job, Tim. The trophies gaze down at you with pleading eyes. You can sense that some of them want to make contact with you psychically. Others look like they would like to tear you apart if they had a body with claws or could get their fangs on you. There's definitely some type of strange sorcery involved here that is binding these spirits to the trophies. You can feel a wave of anger building slowly in the psychic space of this room. Someday it's going to explode. This is the second part of an optional quest we can do. We don't have a good chance of actually fleeing at all. So I think we're going to actually try to defeat them. Normally I wouldn't do this. I would try to flee, find the first part of this quest, and complete it. But we'll just destroy this wall this time. You have some experience driving spirits out of physical items. There are several ways to go about this, and you think you might know a Cardassian release spell that will work. This is a sorcery attempt, though, so we don't have access to our combat items, and we don't have a good hand to do this with. Thankfully, though, we still win. Wow, that's really nice. We actually win with a few extra points left above the target number 2. You discover a weakness in the chaining spell and exploit it. The spirits seem to be helping you, and soon cracks emerge. The spirits escape in a stampede from their physical prisons. The attic is here, huh? Let's put it on the map. Some exploring unexplored spaces. This means we have traps to worry about again. You are suddenly confronted with the appearance of a ghost that seems to phase in from out of thin air. It stares at you and then turns away to kneel down and mimic the act of working on something around a sink. Suddenly, ghostly red tentacles leap out of the plumbing and the ghost works violently to keep them at bay. Despite valiantly, not violently. Despite all your training, the manifestation sends tendrils of fear deep into your mind. You must steel your resolve and steady your nerves. I'm willing to risk we'll get another use of that king. I would be wrong. You take a deep breath. Just another day in the odd. You are watching the ghost of some long-dead handyman go about fixing an imaginary leak on a sink. The ghost begins to whistle a haunting melody and goes about his business, paying you no heed. The red ghost tentacles continue to slip out of the plumbing, and the ghost plumber sturdily works to fix the leak. You sense that the ghost isn't focused on this location. It probably travels all over the estate, making supernatural repairs. It's not a good chance to communicate with it. We actually have a better chance of psychically dismissing him. But he's part of a quest, and I wouldn't mind giving it a try. You decide to enter a trance and use your skills as a medium to find out what this ghost is up to. Perhaps it knows something about the house that can help you. Well, I'm glad to see where the King of Swords is, so we don't place our queen there. We might as well use our tattered diary. Okay, well, hold on. Maybe we don't use the tattered diary yet. If we want to win this challenge, I should probably use the King of Cups here. So let's do that. You establish contact and cyclically clear your throat. The ghost looks up at you with a troubled look on its face. It wants your help. I won't be able to fix this without me wrench. Can you go and fetch it for me? I left it around here somewhere. I had a big leak and needed to seal it. These damn things are everywhere. The ghost goes back to his work. It looks like a wrench might indeed help him out. You wonder just what type of wrench he needs. I thought I might have had experience points to spend. This is a master bedroom. This is probably the vampire wife. Or that's her. There's two encounters in this room. I'm guessing one's a vampire wife and one's a flaming, like an on-fire apparition. You come across an antique mirror. The glass is dirty and streaked, covered in dust, but you catch a glimmer of reflected light off of it. As you look into the mirror to see your reflection, you start to feel uneasy. You simply can't see yourself. It's like you are looking through a portal. Suddenly, the blurry outline of a woman appears. Something supernatural is afoot here. You are startled by the woman's sudden appearance. You realize that you are looking into another dimension, and the implications race through your mind, stirring up distressing fears and emotions. Oh my god. I keep moving left and right in my inventory to access cards. You have no problem dealing with the mysteries of the universe. Man. Wish I could say that in real life. The woman in the mirror does not seem overtly threatening, but she is terrifying nonetheless. She floats on the other side of what surely must be a portal. She can't possibly be human. The only word that describes her is ethereal. You begin to hear a low moan emanating from the mirror. The sound is truly chilling, and you feel as if it's trying to paralyze your mind. We can destroy the mirror, but she's part of a quest, and I like the way this usually ends up, so let's do this. It's risky, but you might be able to communicate with this otherworldly woman. This might not be an invasion. Maybe it's just a call for help. Night there. Okay, good. We managed it. It is said that the eyes are a door to the soul, and this proves the case here. You establish a mind link with this ethereal creature and discover that it desperately wants your help. The woman in the mirror is indeed a powerful creature from another dimension. It is searching for its child, who was stolen from it by a sorcerer from your world long ago. The child would be a creature of pure energy in this dimension, and it was imprisoned by the sorcerer in an ornamental vase. The ethereal mother has tracked her child to this location, but cannot cross over. She wants you to find the child and free it. She teaches you the incantation required to break the seal. She promises to reward you if you do this. Another locked door. Oh! Chop It Down is indeed a lock test. It's lock door physical test, so we will have a chance to see the results here scryed, and we can see the Queen of Swords, so we're just going to ignore her. Barely did it. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. I was right about one of these two encounters. That's a good picture. I like this. I like the glowing eye she has, as the rest of her face is shadowed. You had the feeling that you were being watched for some time. Now you can actually sense the psychic presence of some sort of potential evil. Potent evil, actually. It's close by, and then you realize that it's just ahead waiting for you. You slowly step forward to confront the threat, and it is as bad as you had imagined. One of the vampire elder's wives emerges slightly from the gloom with a hiss. You feel the creature radiating a dark aura of fear. She wants you to panic and do something stupid. We might do something stupid. We do have 2 aces in our hand, but that gives us also 2 points, which is nice. I'm hoping we get a wands card up there, though. That's the only way we're winning this. Uh-oh. This is looking worse and worse for us, guys. We fail. You start to shake and tremble. You know that she is causing this, but there's nothing you can do to stop it. You just want to run. We are indeed terrified. -7 sanity. You've read the reports on how the other vampire covenants were cleaned out, and you suspected that you might encounter something like this. When she begins to talk directly into your mind, you start to get worried. I have been watching you, sweetie. My name is Serena, and I have a gift for you. Alright. I don't remember what happens if you lose her, the fights against her, but all the vampire wives are pretty nasty. I think we just have to beat her up. It's the best chance we have other than trying to run. Even running isn't guaranteed. I think we fight. You'll need to pierce its heart, incapacitate it, and then remove its head from its body. Okay, so we have a lot of Pentacles cards in our hands, which is awkward because it means there aren't a lot up there on the board. A King of Pentacles and a Queen of Cups are the 2 faces we have. We also started with 2 aces, which gives us 2 points thanks to Justice. Start flipping. We have no Wands cards, which is going to make this a bit awkward. I can't risk losing this encounter. So we need to play the King of Pentacles, even though I'd rather hold on to it. Do I hold on to the Queen of Cups and hope there's a better option for us up there? I think we will do that. We can still take that too, because I can use our machete on it. Not better, but still usable. You strike hard and incapacitate the creature. Acting quickly, you pierce its heart and then sever its head before it can free itself. Van Helsing will be proud. Yeah, Lotaeri. You are indeed good at this. Strength. +1 more swords. Replenish all ammo for any item cards in your inventory that require ammo after this card is used to take a trick. The Cyclone. Another air talisman. That was very nice. Our swords is up to 8. Oh, no. That was the wrong thing to press. Go back to continue. That is very, very good. We are totally saving the game. That was very nice. Another Arcana card. And 3 more points to place in something. Let's grab another point in swords. I think it would be better for us to put it in this row, but I want to see if we unlock anything else finishing up this 5 experience row. The drawing room. I suspect there might be an alchemist in here. Another class 1 haunting. Get her! You have a good chance of this succeeding. Sure, we'll use the knight to guarantee we absolutely dominate this. You got her good. No one's going to believe how you did it, and you're not sure you are either. We got back a lot of the sanity we lost earlier. That's nice. Swords is up to 9. That's incredible. Let's start working on getting a Hyperborean spell. Another locked door. You guys know the drill by now. We just hack it to bits. Hello, Knight of Wands. We have the king to take you, and that guarantees we win the challenge. Might as well win with lower cards and the chance we get to play our queen, but we did not get a chance to do so. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. Let's see if we can get an Aura of Fortune somewhere up here. 3 experience points is still nice. That means a Hyperborean spell. Oh, Shrivel Flesh is a Hyperborean spell, huh? Roll 1 bone and then select up to X non-face cards of the same suit in your hand and convert them into pages, where X is the number of pentacles rolled. I very much always like that. I think Hyperborean Lightning I like as well. Roll 1 bone and select a non-face card in hand to discard, and then add the numerical value of that card to X random non-face cards of the same suit in your hand. Max value is 10. Where X is the number of pentacles rolled, then draw a card. We'll take Shrivel Flesh. Oh, nice. Shrivel Flesh is also only 1 weight. This is the Seance Room. You can get a crystal ball from here, but we already have a crystal ball. I wonder if I use our crystal ball. Do I get a chance to get another one? Normally for the crystal ball, I hold on to it until I'm in the basement, 2nd floor, and then I use it, because I want the +1 pentacles up until then. This places the final room on the map, so you have an idea of the direction you kind of need to be aiming towards to get to it. I think we'll skip this room at the moment. We'll be back up here anyway for the figure in a mirror. The vase could be in here, though. Oh. Let's search it. You notice the crystal ball set on the large wooden table almost immediately. You've obviously stumbled upon a seance room of some type. As you approach the crystal ball, it suddenly fills with a swirling cloud of white smoke and a face materializes inside. You are caught off guard by the sudden appearance of the supernatural fortune teller. Oh, not really. Or maybe really. No, actually no. Oh, nice. Hold on, the Queen of Pentacles means we get to get even more points. You see things far worse than this. In fact, this isn't your first run-in with the crystal ball and the fortune teller. No, apparently we found another one. We're very familiar with them, apparently. The face of the smoke begins to speak. You soon realize it doesn't seem to be aware that you're even there. It seems to be communicating with the spirit world directly. You catch glimpses of motion around the periphery of the table. Ghostly shapes soon appear seated around the table. You can swear you hear a tambourine rattle. So it's a bunch of ghosts holding a seance to try to communicate with the living, which I found was amazing. We don't need to do either of these at the moment, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't really want to explore some of these rooms. But we need to find what items are quest related. You see a section of wall whose plaster long ago began to peel away. However, something doesn't seem quite right. Your eyes catch the faintest glimmer of reflected light from some pattern on the wall. You can swear that you hear the faint beating of a heart. Suddenly you realize that the wall is weeping blood, and then you feel an unspeakable evil presence try to embrace you. You struggle to maintain your composure as you feel a building desire to scream grab a hold of you. The blood trickles down the wall, and the patterns sicken you, but the real danger here is something buried within the wall. It's evil, and it's reaching out to you. You must fight to keep your sanity. And we managed to keep it. Oh, we have a Cups card? We do. We have several Cups cards. Your will is stronger than the evil embedded in the wall. You fight back the building urge to scream in panic and then relax as you master your fears. The wall weeps blood in pulsing rivulets. You can hear the faint beating sound, or perhaps you are merely imagining it. It mixes with the broken plaster and pools at the base of the wall, draining slowly between the cracks in the floor. You notice a large gash that seems like a laceration. There is something evil and malign pulsing within the wall. Some eldritch sorcery has left its taint here as well. You should proceed with caution. You realize immediately that this is the weeping wall of which the bastardly face spoke. You force back your feelings of unease and thrust your hand into a large bloody rent in the wall and search for the heart within. We don't really want to fail this, so I'm going to use the page. Oh, nice. Turned out we didn't need to worry at all. You guide your hand deeper and deeper into the wall until you're well past your elbow. You try and feel for the rhythmic vibration of the heart and move your hand towards it. Suddenly, you feel something hard and crystal-like. You utter the words of release and then grab it and wrench it free. In this instance, we get it as a cups item, and it lowers our cups by 1, so we're going to want to turn this in immediately. We don't want to hold on to that. 3 courage, that's nice. You are surprised by a sudden flickering of shadow that spreads out around you. You feel like you are being choked by some invisible force. Your eyes bulge as you fight to gasp for air, and the dark shadows swirl around you. I'll risk that we can use the king. Having 4 points in that one feat, or does have intellect, is what is allowing us to draw so many cards for these horror challenges now. Hey, good thing I held on to the king. A page of swords showed up. You shake off the feeling that you are choking and finally breathe freely. Two creatures of shadows swirl around you. You recognize immediately that you are dealing with the type of ghostly creature that feeds off human emotions, fear and pain being the most succulent. You can either stand firm and fight them psychically, or run and hope to fight another day. Well, I added the option to shadow box them, but because our swords is 9, the game has increased the difficulty to a 16 here. As opposed to if we just indeed do steadily battle them, in which case the difficulty is a 9. Remember that this difficulty is supposed to be the same for both of these, but the game is adjusting one based on the stats I possess. Let's dispel them. You decide to use your psychic talents to destroy the shadow spirits. They cannot be dismissed or reasoned with. They are the twisted and evil remnants of extreme human suffering. It does mean, though, that we can't use our axes or other weapons, but thankfully we didn't even need to. Our Queen of Swords lets us take that page easily. And our King lets us take that knight as well. You engage in a psychic duel. You stand firm and use your talents to bottle them up in a psychic containment field. Then you crush the field and push them into the spirit world. Oh, we gain arcane power from them. I must have added that. I don't think they have that normally. Or our amazing amount of luck has given us this. Well, I want our Shoal of Flesh to be max. And we can also improve our Lemurian Fire to max energy. And we have 3 more courage. We'll grab more of the Blade Dances. I want to turn in this heart as soon as we can. Even if we'd be better suited to continue to explore up here, we have traps up here that we haven't seen. So let's turn this quest in. And I think the wall is down here somewhere close by. Or I thought it was. Am I wrong? No, I don't think I am. There it is. It's a bit of a distance to crawl, but we're going to go turn it in. I don't want to be down to cups. I guess we'll call it a session once we complete this as well. Oh, I forgot all about our poltergeist, so we'll do that in the next episode. Let's step across the insects. We have a wands card apparently somewhere in our hand. I don't really want to fail this encounter. If you do fail it, you have to fight the swarm as they assemble themselves into like a humanoid-looking figure. Reminds me of the leech zombies from Resident Evil 0. Now, sometimes I betray the face. Oh, we have a great chance, actually, to cheat the Bastardly Face. The heart could be a nice item. Or we can get an edge here. I remember being pretty disappointed with the heart the last time I did this, though. Like, very disappointed in it. I can't make up my mind what we do here. Why don't we flip a coin? Why don't we flip a coin for this? Okay, so then. Heads, we give it to the face. Tails, we keep it ourselves. Oops. Sorry about that. It would help if I don't drop it. What do we get? Heads. You get to keep it today, face. You pull out the heart and place it into the mouth of the Bastardly Face. It seems to gulp it down as you quickly pull your hand back. The sorcery is dispelled with an agonizing scream that issues from the mouth of the bastardly face, and you sense that it is too eager to seek vengeance, to stay and do you any harm. It even seems to have kept its word. Mumbled wisdom. During any challenge of the lore type, 1 is subtracted from the target level at the start of the edge, makes it a little easier for us. We have nothing to spend that on. The world. I talked about this a little bit ago. You receive 1 of each type of bone that you do not already possess after this card is used to take a trick. We already possess all the bones. We've spent all the experience points on them, so this doesn't help us in that regard. On that note, then this becomes an Arcana card that I will freely use on any challenge that I suspect we even might need it, as opposed to risking a failure on the event. We don't need any of the energy. Okay, that wasn't so bad. And our cups is now back up to 5. Alright, everyone, I guess we'll stop here? Or do we do... Let's do the Angry Poltergeist and Knives, and then we will end the episode. It does mean we gotta step across insects again, but it's not too difficult to do this. On the off, I haven't seen us earn any experience points from this yet, but I think Temperance will allow us to do so. So we should try flipping over as many cards as possible. Alright, Poltergeist, we're back for you. Well, we can use magic against it. You decide to unleash your energy on this thing and destroy it utterly. Why can't we use our Shrivel Flesh, by the way? Combat, Sorcery, Battle. Roll 1 bone and select X non-face cards. I saw Dispel up here, so this must not be a combat, sorcery, or battle. It must just be Dispel. The thing has no physical form. Oh, of course, the thing has no physical form. We can't shrivel its flesh. It's a spirit. You open a tiny rift in space and time and send the Poltergeist away. You hear it scream like the air leaving a balloon as it's sucked out of our dimension and into another. Once again, we don't need any energy. Alright, guys, that will do it for this episode then. Nice. More of the first floor's quests turned in. We're still not done with that. We have more to turn in. Is that right? Yes, over here. We at least have 1, making that true. And we have this to still do. And since we're in the area, we might as well go ahead and complete the Ghostly Bride now, too. I guess we could also try the Ghostly Ball in the next episode while we're here. And then head back upstairs and let the groom know, assuming we were successful at persuading Constance, and then keep exploring the second floor. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you all for watching, and take care, everyone.